my disrespect. 'Cause I got you all in check.
Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You should get out of my way, you should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do, I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think, you should get out of my way. Out of my way, I got too many plays, I don't even play.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Cleveland and the newly named Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. Off we go from Cleveland. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
Ready, set. Get it. Panther 60, Panther 60.
And it's caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. Ready. Bronco 80. Warriors 70. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. Open man. That is Bond. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Go.
Sanders going to throw again. He'll let one go down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Hold it ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
A carry now for Chandler.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here.
That's taken in. He's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Ready.
Sanders will pop pass here. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
Cowboy 8, Viking 18.
They'll run it here with Chandler. And the Browns are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Chandler is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
There's certainly an ideal way to start a season, Mike. You get the ball first, you come out, you look sharp, you're in and out of the huddle, you're super efficient. Not only do you take the ball all the way down the field, but you come away with 6. And I know they sure hope that this is a sign of things to come, not only for this offense today, but as the rest of this season unfolds.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 2. Get across the 20, mark them at 20. Two-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw right away. He's got the number 2 overall pick, the rookie Travis Hunter. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
This one, deep downfield for Chase.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, but we just don't don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Lawrence now on second down. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up third and
5. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beat. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
It's Bengals football here to begin this second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's go. Hey, here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. In motion is Hunter. Lawrence from the gun here on third down. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And not much there. Good defense. No gain.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
And what started out as a promising drive, now they find themselves in 3rd and long. After being stuffed for a loss on first down with that ground game, they came right back to it, trying to make up some of those lost yards. The defense was having none of it. 3rd and long.
After losses on the last 2 run plays, they face 3rd down and 14.
Let's go. Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
Pearson on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line.
Ready up.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Get it. Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2nd and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
On play action, Shador. He'll look deep, left sideline. That's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. It is a big play for the Browns. 55 yards on the game.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Play action. It's Sanders. Pass caught by Bob. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
Back.
On the ground. This is Chandler. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Here we go.
Here's Sanders to throw. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass ball's incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Buffalo 18. 2. 79. Viking 18.
On 3rd down, Sanders. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Browns. For Shador Sanders, career touchdown pass number 1 as a Cleveland Brown. The tight end used in the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule, the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They bring Chase in motion. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That's to Hunter. He's got it right side. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. Just one for 22.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
11. Hey, kill. 11, Agate.
A first down throw for Lawrence. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And that will lead to a second down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson. Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals up the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The return starts from the 5.
Let's go now. Set, Viking, 18.
On first down, it's Sanders. That is hot downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive start. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
The break, the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Here we go. Locked it.
Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Lion. Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Steady.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He'll air it out down the middle. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Gonzalez now for the point after. He's got it. And the Browns extend it to a 21-6 advantage. 3 seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Play action now. It's Lawrence. He's going to let it go. Deep for Chase. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Greg Delpit. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And here's Bijan. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tony Adams there on the stop.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 6. Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 25 on that connection. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's hit as he threw. He goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them the ball.
They run over center with Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. first down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. To throw is Lawrence. He dives, and what a catch for the first down.
A gain of 15 yards.
Easy.
First down. A gain of 15. And a Bengal first down.
Now here's Lawrence. That is intercepted. Picked up by the veteran, Harrison Smith. And he's going to be taken down, but a nice return up past the 35-yard line.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
First and 10 now from the 36.
70, Timber Wolf.
They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 38 now, here comes second and 8.
Come on.
From the gun, it's Shador. Open man, that is Bob. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go, Scott. 60 Eagles.
From the gun, it's Sanders. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down.
29-yard line.
70,
Look wide. Get this one complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Stephanie! 18, Viking, 18!
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
On the go!
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
Dragon 60! Panther 60! Panther 60!
Again, it's Sanders. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown now here in the season opener. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. When the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
All right, let's go.
A quick throw here on the RPO. It's caught by Johnson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's caught downfield by Hunter. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On first down, Lawrence. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offensive.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Kill.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready? 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They go play action now with Sanders. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. His guys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Cooking. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready?
They'll throw on first down with Sanders. This is brought in downfield by Judy. A pickup there of 28 yards.
That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk, go!
Little quick pass to the receiver heading left. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Mustang 19. Go! Cowboy 80.
On 2nd down, Sanders. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down.
80. Cup 19, Cup 19.
To throw again is Sanders. Was incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. Zane Gonzalez on to try the field goal. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Browns add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They bring Chase in motion. They're going to get this outside. This could be a double pass. That's going to be incomplete. Looks like they had him for a second. They went into the bag of tricks. It almost worked. It's 2nd down.
Hey, kill. Go on the red.
Man in motion, heading right. Lawrence now on 2nd down. He finds Johnson across the field. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The Bengals first down. Gain of 21 yards. First down.
On 1st and 10. Lawrence forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Bengals first down.
Go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead.
It's 4th down.
Hey, take right open. 11, Agate.
Now Lawrence. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Cleveland. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
14.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Greg, it is one of the most exciting plays in football. Rare that we see it, but when it all comes together and works out in a return for a touchdown, it is truly something special.
And it is, Mike, it is because we don't see it very often in a world of the ever-increasing touchback. We don't see a lot of returns in this league, so when you get one, let alone one as exciting as that, man, it is fun to watch. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Deputy! Viking 18!
They'll drop to throw. Throughout another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
Set up! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal! 19 Charger, 19 Charger!
As Shador on 1st down. There's that man again. Another catch. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50.